As dawn breaks on the first day of spring, the world awakens from its winter slumber. The air, once icy and harsh, now carries the gentle whisper of warmer days. The earth, previously frozen and unyielding, begins to yield to the tender shoots of new life. Robins return, their melodies filling the air with the sweet symphony of renewal. Years ago, Dan Franklin, an ordinary man with an extraordinary power, discovered something remarkable. On the eve of the first day of spring, if he put away his snow shovel, the very next day would be blanketed in a fresh layer of snow. Conversely, if he left it out, the sun would shine, trees would bloom, and the world would bask in the warmth of spring. Once Dan realized the extent of his power, he couldn't resist the temptation to play with it. He began to wield his snow shovel, dubbed the Shovel of Perma-Frost, with an almost malicious glee, turning the first day of spring into a wintry spectacle, much to the dismay of the townsfolk. After countless seasons of enduring Dan's frosty interference, the townsfolk reached their limit. Armed with pitchforks and torches, they descended upon Dan's home, a united front against the man who held their seasons hostage. As the mob approached, Dan watched from his window, an odd mix of fear and satisfaction etched on his face. The thumping on the door grew louder, each blow echoing Dan's impending doom. The final strike splintered the door, revealing Dan cornered and seemingly resigned to his fate. But just as the mob closed in, an unexpected ally appeared: Bigfoot. Crashing through the side window, Bigfoot scooped up Dan, fixed his hair with a tender gesture, and let out a terrifying roar. With Dan tucked safely under his arm, Bigfoot made a daring escape into the forest, leaving the bewildered townsfolk behind. Whispers now circulate that Dan Franklin has returned. Some claim to have seen him, his presence heralded by the chill in the air and the frost that lingers on the ground. Others insist they've heard his voice on the wind, taunting them with the possibility of another eternal winter. Whether he's returned for the thrill of the chase or because he misses his unlikely savior, Bigfoot remains to be seen. But one thing is certain. On the first day of spring, keep an eye out for the man with the Shovel of Permafrost.